Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good evening, and this is a special show because my publisher and his wife are celebrating their anniversary, so I decided to do Fire Up on my channel because I still wanted to talk sports, I still wanted to talk NFL, and I brought my buddy, Steeler fans extraordinaire, Sports Talking It, Hurricane, or Adam McNally, as he's known by his birth name, unlike DK that doesn't like to hear it, and Big Rich Richardson.
What's up, man?
What's up, Joe?
Good to see you, Joe. Adam is the GOAT. Yes. Love having Adam here. But
Just me.
I have to get some pictures.
But hey, how we doing tonight? Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
This is my first show of 26.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's my second today because noon.
Right? I was going to say, Jeremy, I think you went live this morning.
Yeah. I do got one thing to say. Isn't it funny that the Patriots have more guys with assault charges than they have wins against teams over 500?
Yeah.
Christian Barrymore, Stephon Diggs.
So I have
Boy,
a question, guys. How bad would have Cal Juger got fined if he would have drilled that guy that caught that ball and ran it into the end zone?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, he looked like a complete let's miss him on purpose, but anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This whole defenseless. Oh, my goodness. Don't even get me started on that stuff. I turn into get off my lawn guy, I guess, with that stuff.
That was brutal. I mean, it was freezing, it was cold, it was windy, it was raining, and just sitting in that audience, just watching it, it's always fun to go to Cleveland, though. It's a good place to go to a game. Even though we lost, the atmosphere was still fun.
It's a whole different situation getting hit in regular temperatures and when it's really cold, because you get hit wherever and your whole body hurts.
Right.
So that's.
Yes, Indiana did beat Alabama. I am pumped about that too. I don't think Ben Johnson can make the O-line play better. Our O-line has been atrocious off and on all season, and I think that was the biggest problem we had, because if you look, we're still the third highest scoring offense in the NFL, even after that abysmal game versus Minnesota. So I take that with a grain of salt, people that want to talk crap about Ben Johnson being gone. Because we actually went up in points while Dan Campbell was calling plays the last 8 games when he went 3-5 versus what we did the first 8 games, even though we were 5-3. The difference was that Dan Campbell is a general, and he leads both sides when he's able to focus on both sides. But once he had to focus solely on offense because of the argument that happened during week 9 between Morton and Dan Campbell on the sideline, and that's what it was about. It's kind of like the same thing that happened with Anthony Lynn and Dan Campbell in week 9 in 2021. The defense regressed because he wasn't there to give his input in half.
Do you think it also has a little bit to do with the way that the focus of the offense kind of seems like it's flipped, where the first before it happened, it was a real big focus on the run. Now it's been more of a focus on the pass because the offensive line is so banged up.
Right.
Gibbs and Montgomery can't get anywhere.
Right. Neither one of them are getting anywhere lately.
Yep.
We got lucky that Monty got us down on the one play. I think that was his biggest run, and it was 9 yards versus Minnesota. Other than that, the differences last year are separation at the line in the run game. People weren't being contacted for the first 4 yards. This year, it's kind of like it was when Monty was at Chicago when the O-line was bad. He's getting hit behind the line or at the line of scrimmage almost every play, and he'll break that one and get you that 3 or 4 yards. But it's the second and third hits that are taking him down now versus right there at the line of scrimmage. And sometimes he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage because there isn't a hole. And it's the same with Gibbs. Gibbs needs just a couple of steps to get his speed going before he's elusive.
Now, Jeremy, you cover this team every day. Have you gone back and looked and seen if you guys would have won if they would have not gone for it on fourth down and kicked field goals?
Well, there was one game where we only did it once, and we lost by 7 points. So, no, that wouldn't have worked. There was another game where we lost by 14. No, that don't get it either. Now, the game where we went for 0 for 5 on fourth down, but only 2 of them was in range. And at that range, Bates missed one in that game too. So that's 9 points off the board, not just 6. And we lost by a touchdown.
I was just curious because you break down a lot of your team, and obviously I figured you looked at that already.
Week 2 versus the Bears, versus the Browns, we had a great game. Versus the Bengals, we had a great game. But almost every O-line had a great game versus the Bengals because they don't have a defense. For some reason, Trey Hendrickson got hurt, and their defense got better on the last end of the season because he's been out the last 6 to 5 weeks. And they actually have played better. That's why they won a couple of these games, and they're even sniffing the ass end of the playoff.
Yeah. Defense got a little better, and then they got that guy that wears 9 back.
Yeah, they got 9 back.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
But Cincy's D is the only defense that's even close to as bad as Cincinnati's D is Dallas. Let's be
Big
perfectly
Hoss,
honest.
good to see you, brother.
Let's say Haas.
But other than that,
Awesome.
I was getting ready to put a couple things in here after I take care of some screenshots. I'm getting rid of some stuff. But let's talk about who's in the playoffs. We know the Rams are the 6th seed. And Saturday night, when Seahawks and 49ers play, whoever wins is the 1 seed, whoever loses is the 5th seed. Green Bay is in because we shit the bed on Christmas. There's no other way to say it. We shit the bed.
Now, just saying we're losing to the Red Wings tonight. The Penguins right now, they're losing 3-2.
Oh, you guys had 2 goals by Crosby in the first period. One was a one was a penalty power play goal, and the other one was a even strength one-timer.
They were both pretty. They were both pretty goals.
Yeah, it was a great goal. I heard all. I was listening to it.
Boy, 21-12 Georgia now.
No, Georgia woke up. Is that what happened?
Yeah, Georgia woke up. 21 points in the second quarter.
Anyway, Jeremy, back to you. Yes. So if San Francisco wins, would this be the first time a home team would be hosting throughout the whole playoffs?
Yes, because they would be home for the Super Bowl as well if they won it all. Right. I don't know.
And they would be the 1 seed too if Denver or New England don't get there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tampa was like the 3 or something like that the year they went.
I think Denver has the better defense. I think New England's a little more consistent on offense. Yeah, I was surprised by the Texas Tech game. I didn't expect them to get blanked. Yinzer, what's up, Robbie? This was a impromptu show. Normally, I do fire up at the South Florida Tribune and share it to my channel. but they're not doing one because it's their anniversary. So we're doing one.
Yes, there is a Pittsburgh fan in the chat. Always, Rich,
Yes.
just to let you know, the Mad Yinzer.
Nice.
Yep, the
Very
Mad
nice.
Yinzer is awesome. And he was
Yeah,
on.
this is the
he
first time
actually-
I've had the pleasure. So
the Mad Yinzer was actually on.
Which is date night.
He was actually on NFL Roundtable Talk last night for my 2000th episode.
No way. Damn it, I missed. I was
Yeah.
home too. I should have. I didn't think you were going live. You didn't message me, so I didn't know.
Good evening, Michael Ditton Edwards. He's been in the chat. This guy's amazing. He's from the Let's Talk Sports group on Facebook and YouTube, and he's an author and a journalist for him, and he writes different things. He's also a Lions fan, so I love him even more.
Of course.
gotcha.
Of course.
Hey, at least I'm honest about it. I admit to my homerism to my fans.
So who's
for
going
Robbie,
to win?
For Robbie,
Who's
he
gonna
loves
win?
this song.
We got Carolina and Tampa.
Yeah, Robbie loves that song.
So we got Carolina and Tampa.
Hey, you know what's funny is, let's say Tampa does win, right? And then on Sunday, Atlanta beats the Saints. Carolina's still the
Carolina's
division
still in.
winner because they're 3-1 so far in the division.
Yeah.
Hey, Woody, how you doing there,
Mad
Mr.
Yinzer.
Bear fan, Mr. First Place Bear fan?
I love that comment there by the Mad Yinzer.
Oh, which one did he say?
It just went up now. It's the last one.
Oh, there it is. Other Steeler fans, I was starting to think I was alone. Hey, Adam
Mike-
usually pops in, but I didn't. He's been working so late with FedEx, I didn't even message him.
Look, Mike Tomlin's like that family member that half the family loves and half the family hates, but we still love our family, so we still cheer for them.
Pretty much. I
Even though
get
Derek-
mixed reviews from all the Steelers fans I talk to, and I do talk to more of them.
But if Derrick Henry runs like he did on Saturday, we could be in for a long fucking night.
Well, if Derrick Henry runs like he did the other night, I don't care if it's the 85 Bears. He's gonna, I mean, let's be perfectly honest. When he's on, nobody is stopping 22. I don't care if you put a demolition team in front of him.
I
It's
think he
not
made
going to
up for that
matter.
fumble we had too. I think he made up for that fumble we had early in that game too.
So
Little bit.
we got word on who the Hall of Fame finalist is, and I'm a little upset that two of my Lions didn't make it, but it is what it is. That was Lomas Brown and Billy Sims that were on that list this year. They didn't make it to the finalists, but here are your finalists. Willie Anderson of the Bengals. Drew Brees, well-deserved. Is that Evans? Really? Okay. Larry Fitzgerald, deserved. Frank Gore, deserved. Torrey Holt, finally, deserved. Luke Kuechly. I don't know if his career was long enough for me to make it this round. I don't think he should. Eli Manning, with winning 2 Super Bowls and being the Super Bowl MVP both times, even though his regular season numbers are atrocious. If Troy Aikman gets in, he gets in. Terrell Suggs, yes. Adam Vinatieri, Mr. Clutch. Reggie White, or Reggie Wayne. I'm borderline on Reggie
White's
Wayne.
already in, right?
Yeah, Reggie White's already in. Kevin Williams of the Vikings does deserve to be in. Jason Witten, I agree. Let me pull the comments off for a minute. Nope. I found out that the Falcons can't get in because the Panthers had the tie break over both teams. So that's why they're eliminated. Now, what? No, because that would still leave Panthers a half game up, even if they tie.
Right.
God forbid they tie. Let's see. Darren Woodson and Marshall Yanda. I think Yanda deserves to be in just because he was an amazing guard forever. I loved Yanda. Vinatieri, I agree. Suggs, I agree. Do you agree on Eli Manning or no?
No.
The Yins are. I told you, me and Rich do our show on Wednesday night. You should come over and watch us.
Yeah, it's just before my show. They usually go live at 8, right?
9.
8
Oh, you go
Central.
live in 8 Central. Okay. You guys were doing 8 Eastern for a little bit. You guys tried that, and it didn't work out for you?
Well, not with me working. It didn't make any. I don't think we did a show in December, did we, Rich?
Yeah, we did one. We did one right after Thanksgiving. No, we
I
didn't do
agree.
anything after that. Yeah,
Azazir,
because
Hakeem,
it
Corey Holt.
was a
Screw all
bananas
these
time of the
people.
year
They
for
order
me.
too much
and-
heavy shit.
Oh, that's my
But
buddy Mike Kimber, Lions today. Hey, good to see you, brother.
To me, there's 3 no-brainers. One that's pretty much a no-brainer. And then, there's discussion on the 5th one. I think anybody that doesn't think Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald are in have lost their minds.
Yes.
I think that if you look, because we discussed this during open mic on Tuesday, Luke Kuechly in his 8 years was a first team All-Pro 6 of the 8 years, and he was second team the other 2.
Right.
Yes, you can argue the length of time, but my parameter has always been if you are a top 5 player at your position for 5 years or longer, then so to me, Kuechly is in.
Okay.
I think Witten's in. He was dominant. He was dominant tight end in that time frame for that period. Now we get to the 5th one. Vinatieri, conceivable. I still think Darren Woodson should be in. Your cohort with Ken and Ken and I had a fantastic debate over Frank Gore because I do not think in any way, shape, or form Frank Gore should be in the Hall of Fame. But that's a different discussion for a different time. I don't think Eli should go in either. You mentioned Aikman. If Eli would have won 3, we might have a talk. But he wins 2. Both of them, one of them on the biggest fluke play in the history of the Super Bowl. One of them legit. And then overall, he was never an All-Pro. He was never a dominant player at his position. If it was up to me at 5, I'd probably go Vinatieri, but my heart says Darren Woodson. As much as I despise the Cowboys, I'd say Darren Woodson.
I think Brees and Fitz, yes, and Mike agrees too. I personally think Terrell Suggs would get in over Kuechly for now, just because of the longer career.
Yeah.
And
it's funny to bring him in next year.
I do agree Witten should be in automatically. Those are my 3 that I think are the automatics. Terrell Suggs and Frank Gore due to longevity more than anything. I can't.
But here's where my biggest problem comes in, Jeremy. The Hall of Fame, and this is where requiring 5 players go in is part of my problem.
Right.
The Hall of Fame has become the Hall of Very Good. It's become watered down. And you've got guys going in that should not be there. They need to make it like baseball, where if you don't get the votes, you're not in. You could have 0, you could have 10. It's just a matter of who gets the votes. Requiring that 5 guys get in there this year specifically, this year we know that there are 2 absolute no-brainers. There's one other one that a lot of people are going to say is a no-brainer in Witten. A lot of people are going to say,
I agree.
Okay. But those 3 would probably, if you did the baseball way of doing the votes, I'll bet you those 3 would get in. Would anybody else get in? I don't know. But you'd have 3. You wouldn't be required to have 5 and have to be concerned about bringing guys in that may not deserve to be there, to be honest. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Very Good. It's supposed to be the elite. Yeah, I agree with Paul.
Are you having off-camera messages with your baby girl?
No, I don't know who that baby G is, but I'm glad he's here. I'm glad Mike is here. You know, Lions today. He says Breeze fits in for sure, and I agree with that 100%. I think Witten does get in because of how dominant he was in the '90s with those greats.
You know, it'd be
Dago,
funny if they
California
let.
says Breeze, Fitz, Holt, Eli, and Vinatieri. I think Holt
Ooh.
does deserve to get in. Donkey Kong says Goff should get in early.
Oh boy. See, I'm not sure. Holt is another one. Hall of Very Good, yeah. Hall of Fame, no.
Wouldn't it be funny if Terrell Suggs gets in next year with Ben?
And could be, but you know what the problem is with Holt and with Isaac Bruce? It's because it was split up too much. The difference is with Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Harrison was getting all those passes. Reggie Wayne was getting a bunch, but Harrison was getting
Yeah.
huge numbers compared to Wayne.
I think Wayne's waiting for the Veterans Board myself if he gets in at all.
He's going to have to, yeah, because he's another Hall of Very Good. Would I put him in the Hall of Very Good? Absolutely.
The same with Evans. I think he's in that. Willie Anderson, because of how dominant he was as a tackle, that was back when Ickey Woods was with the Bengals when they first changed that helmet. He's debatable on getting in within the first 5 years of voting. He's debatable. It depends on who comes out those years in our first ballot Hall of Famers. I think Breeze and Fitz are the definite first ballot Hall of Famers. And questionable on Witten. Do you agree with that, Big Rich?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and I agree. I agree that Witten should be, but yeah, I mean, Breeze and Fitz are no brainers. Witten to me is, but you're right. There's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to go, no, yeah. There's a lot of people that are against tight ends for whatever reason. So yeah, I'm with you. Breeze and Fitz, no question. Witten should go in, and then we kind of differ once we get past that point.
Right. I think the reason why Eli will get in is the 2 Super Bowls and one stopping the undefeated season of the Patriots and being the Super Bowl MVP that game. I think that's why he will get in first ballot because his last name is Manning as well.
That
This
might
is
be
Eli.
more than anything else because
This
he's
is Eli's
Joe
second year,
he's
ain't it?
less than Joe Namath.
This
Eli?
is Eli's second year, ain't it?
Oh, this is his first year, right? Wasn't it?
believe so.
Yeah,
I
2020
thought he was on last year.
Was he? Maybe it was. Then he will get in this year, probably.
I don't think they'll let 2 quarterbacks get in.
Oh, we've had 2 quarterbacks get in before in the same season.
I'm double checking that.
Why are we talking about the poll?
2025 is first year eligible.
Pretty sure she meant
Sorry,
Pro
guys.
Football Hall of Fame. I'm pretty because it's a big topic right now.
Yeah, because the finalists just happened this week, and it's one of the hot button topics. Here's one for you: Super Bowl winning players, coaches, and teams that are retired. Let me, look, you don't see anybody else in there. These are all retired players, and then the teams that have the most. Of course, you got Tom Brady at the top, Charles Haley with 5, Ted Hendricks with 4, Marv Fleming with 4, Matt Millen with 4, which is crazy. Bill Romanowski with 4, Adam Vinatieri with 4, and I think that's why he could possibly get in as a kicker. Maybe not first ballot, but down the road. Joe Montana with 4.
Dude, he had so many clutch kicks in them Super Bowls.
Yeah, I know. Bill Belichick has the 6 wins as a coach. Chuck Noll 4, Bill Walsh 3, Joe Gibbs 3, Vince Lombardi with 2, Tom Landry with 2, Don Shula with 2, Jimmy Johnson would do, George Seifert would do, and Mike Shanahan would do.
Well, Jimmy has 3. It's just one is under,
Barry Switzer.
yeah, Barry
I
Switzer's name.
Oh, so now it's okay. So from that logic, Tomlin has none.
No.
Right?
When you're on a 3-year run like that,
Yeah, that's fine. It's just, I wasn't talking about the Hall of Fame game because that's a preseason game. It's not preseason. And yeah, that was the last time they played in the Hall of Fame game. I get it. And it was on NBC Sunday Night Football because that's when it always comes on. It's the first game of the year every season when they induct the Hall of Fame players that made it.
Does anyone watch
That
it past the first quarter?
Unless your team's in it, probably not.
I don't even remember watching it. What was it? Jets and Browns this year?
It was Lions and Chargers this year.
yeah.
Oh, was
I
it?
watched
See,
it.
look, maybe the Lions and Jets were the year before because Joe Thomas got in the Hall of Fame.
The year before, it might have. It's usually
Might
the
have been.
Super Bowl loser or a playoff loser, and then the runner-up to the playoff. That's usually what it
What?
is every year.
I know 4 years ago it was Steelers Cowboys because that was the first game that my grandson watched, and he watched it with a terrible towel wrapped around him. And
Wasn't
when the Steelers scored, he was cheering at a week old.
wasn't
So,
that the year that you guys made the playoffs and Dallas didn't? Yeah.
Kind of like what's going to happen this year. Yeah.
Lions lost the Chargers in the Hall of Fame game 86-3. Yeah, it was something like that.
By the way, changing shift a little bit. Halftime score 21-12, Georgia over Ole Miss.
Yes, I saw that they didn't get the score again yet, so that's good for Ole Miss, but and good for Georgia. What's good is they didn't score again,
It's
they
good
have
for
a
our
chance
chance.
to get
That
back in the
means
game.
Trey will be able to do another show.
So here's
know
the thing
everyone
you're
forgets I
talking
have to
about.
call it everyone.
You see all those teams there, and the fact that we got Tom Brady with more Super Bowl wins than any team in the NFL as long as it's been going. And there's 18 teams at 0. And yes, my Lions are there. The Cardinals are there. The Cardinals are the oldest franchise in NFL history. It started in 1896, and they don't have a single championship.
They've played for one. They just haven't won one.
Right. They played for one, but they
That's
haven't won.
funny. Like,
And they played for a Super Bowl and haven't won. They played for
like
a
the
World
Browns have
Championship
6, but
prior
it was
to
all
all-
pre-Super Bowl, right? The Browns should have 6, but it was all pre-Super Bowl.
And the Packers should
Right.
have 13, but that 9 of them are pre-Super
Yeah.
Bowl. The Bears should have 12 more from prior to the Super Bowl as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
So they're tied with Titletown, is what Green Bay calls them.
Do you think they'll ever merge the stats like they did for the baseball?
They should.
No. I
Well, we
don't
didn't
think they
think it
will.
would ever happen in baseball either, but there it is.
Yeah, but it's a whole lot. I think to me it's easier to do
The
that.
Saturday games start and no Monday Night Football on a week 18 because they want the teams to get proper rest before they play the following week for the playoffs. And that makes perfect sense. They want them to have at least that 6 days off.
I thought
And
they
that's
played a
why
playoff game on Monday.
They do week 1 of the playoffs because there's 6 games.
Right. 2 Saturday, 3 Sunday, 1 Monday.
That's what I thought.
No, I'm
But
just
the last
saying,
week of the regular season, there's no Monday game.
right. There's no Monday game to give the players rest until the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And what also sucks, and I think this rule needs to be implemented, other teams cannot talk to coaches that are in the playoffs till the playoffs are over for hiring them. And
That's the
That
same
used to
thing in
be
college.
that rule
Old
used
Miss
to be in effect. That
kind of
rule
like
used to
Old
be in
Miss right
effect,
now.
Jeremy.
I know it was.
Be-
It went away. I think in round 89 or 90. I think that rule went away.
No, it just went around. It just went out recently because remember when Eric Bieniemy was the hot name and everybody was wanting to talk to him, but they couldn't until the Chiefs got knocked out.
Oh, that
And that was within the
2019.
last 5 years. That was
That was
within the last 5, 6, 7 years.
That was the
Yeah.
2019 season.
Yeah.
That was the
Well,
season. The last time Brady won it.
Yeah,
if you
it's
scroll
just
up a little
changed
bit,
here
you'll see.
recently.
If you scroll up a little bit on your comments, you'll see who's really missing their head coach. That's Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, they're missing Lane Kiffin.
LSU, like
Yeah, but
they,
this
like
guy-
like you did, like you just said, should have waited.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to talk to him. But with college recruiting and all this crap, it really
It's
ruined
The
the.
same with the transfer portal. It should not be able to be done until the college playoffs are done.
And that's something they're looking at implementing for next year.
Right. They already talked about that, but it should have happened this year as soon as they talked about it.
No, you're right.
My favorite NFL team is my Lions. That's why I'm wearing a Barry Sanders Oklahoma State jersey. That's why you see all the helmets here. That's signed by Barry Sanders. That's signed by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Down here, that is the truck from the 1994 Lions Turtle Collection. I have a Billy Sims signed jersey. I have a Charles Harris. I met Charles Harris to get that signed, so it was worth it to me.
I have a Mike Webster signed hat in my basement.
That's awesome.
I need to find it. It's buried down there.
If
Obviously,
I could turn
Steelers here.
Steelers here too. If I could turn my computer around, on my wall directly across from me is a hung whatever they call the framing Rocky Blyer jersey
Nice.
with a picture of him autographing the jersey that my wife got me several years ago that was hanging in my office until I started working from home, and now it's hanging up in our bedroom. But yeah, that's my pride and joy piece of memorabilia that he signed it with all 4 Super Bowls on there and that kind of thing.
Where's Dylan when we need him?
Yeah. Hey, Jacksonville.
I see that. That's I've got my eye. I was like, Dylan.
2 balls.
So Dylan on
Is
Driving
Lee-
to the Top, Baby G, does cover the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's his favorite team. So if you want to subscribe to our channel up there, you'll be able to catch Dylan on
The
whenever
tightest
you go
race
fly
for
by.
all the tightest race for all the awards might be Coach of the Year.
Yep.
You got
Liam
half a
Cohen.
dozen names.
D'Amico Ryans, Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel,
Johnson.
Ben Johnson, Kyle Shanahan again.
Mhm.
If Sean
Yeah.
McVay, if the Rams didn't go 1-3 over the last 4 weeks, McVay would have been in there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be several. There's no runaway coach. I wouldn't be surprised if we have co-coaches of the year.
Yeah,
Would not be surprised.
And
No, it's definitely a good year for Coach of the Year award. It actually gives us something to look at and analyze after the vote and see which way they end up going.
and with the pick sixes the last couple of weeks by the Rams, I think Matt
Nice.
Stafford lost the MVP race to Drake May. As much as I hate to
Possibly.
say it,
I have a Dan Marino signed jersey.
that's awesome.
That's possible.
And if there's any Cowboys fans out there, hint, hint, my buddy Dallas Doug Kelly, if you're out there watching, put in the comments, I have a Javonte Williams signed North Carolina jersey. Best coaching job might be Canales with Panthers. Seriously, they were supposed to. I said they would be better than everybody thought. Remember that when we talked about it, Big Rick? I said they
Yeah.
possibly could be second or first in this division.
Yeah, and that's
I-
another name you got to put in that talk.
Yep.
I don't think
He's
anyone
another
had
name.
on their bingo. I don't think anyone had Tampa Bay collapsing on their bingo card like the way they did.
They suffered
know I
the
didn't.
worst version. What are you all fired up over? NFL, buddy. What's up, Go Pack Go? I'm always fired up to talk football with my buddy. Fire Up is a show that's normally with the South Florida Tribune.
We're just
So-
filling in the role tonight.
Filling in the role because they weren't available, so we're doing it.
Pinch hit.
A Rodgers
Oh, God.
versus Love
No.
Super Bowl. Both teams have to get out of the first round and get to a
Oh, one
conference
team still has to get
championship
in.
game.
One team still has to get in.
Yeah, one team still has to get
Yeah.
in. And if
I-
Derrick Henry runs like he did last week, I don't see the Steelers winning. If he starts fumbling like he did at the beginning of the season, because that's the only thing that stops Derrick Henry, that's a different story.
That's not
Because-
true because he fumbled. He fumbled early on Saturday night too.
Once. I'm
That's
talking.
all. That's all it usually takes. But he woke
fumbled
up.
3 times versus the Bills. He fumbled twice versus the Lions.
The big thing you got to remember too, the Steelers schemes usually do a really good job of containing Henry. That he doesn't go off, but he has a decent day. He may go 80, 90, a touchdown, call it good. That's fine. They're very good at controlling Lamar. Lamar is supposed to play on Sunday, from what I'm hearing.
Yep.
But one hit to that back, and we're back to probably Snoop Huntley. He takes one jarring hit from Highsmith or from whoever. It's not going to, or Herbig or whoever. It's not going to matter. The big thing that the Steelers have got to be able to do, and the statement that was just on there a minute ago is part of the issue. They've got to be able to move the ball.
Yep.
And not having DK Metcalf in there is huge. But the biggest thing that they've got to be able to do, and this is where Valdez-Scantling has got to be in tune with Rodgers like he was in Green Bay. Because if that's the case, then they'll be okay and he can open up the field. Otherwise, it's going to be dink, dunk, and dump the whole game. And Baltimore can put 10 in the box.
And that must have been why they told the Bears to lose, to make Sunday Night Football more meaningful, seeing how Seattle versus San Francisco is playing.
Yeah, too many people have gotten on this. The NFL is scripted thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I know. Is it true that Love is not playing Sunday? So far, he's trending not to. And it looks like Malik Willis may not play either, who did not practice today. They have another day to see if he can hit the field. If he can't hit the field, you're going to see Clayton Tune out of Houston.
Clayton Tune looked awful last week when he came in. He threw that pick right away. And
In Chris Berman fashion, Clayton named that tune.
where's Jamie when we need him for them Chris Berman moments?
There you go. But
I told my fans on the Lions Fan Cave chat on Friday before we played the Rams game that I would start doing mock drafts if we lost to the Rams. Yep, the Packers' third string QB is playing Clayton Tune.
Name that tune.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Right.
Well, guys, I hate to do this because this is fun, and hopefully you'll have me back again sometime, Jeremy.
Anytime. You're more than welcome to come back when we get back to the South Florida Tribune side. I usually try to give Adam the topics around 7:30ish, because that's when I get them.
Okay.
No, Rich, that show does go later. That show goes at 9:30 usually, just to let you know if you get home from date night or whatever.
Michael Denton Edwards, I love the mock draft you do, SJB, but wish they started in February. Normally they do. The last 2 years, that's when the mock draft started for me. But since we're eliminated, and I said if we lost to the Rams, we would be eliminated, and we were.
Yeah.
And was it a perfect game? No. Was there a couple of questionable calls? Of course there was, on both sides versus the Pittsburgh game. I'm not going to be that guy. The one was the one that cost the game was not the Amon-Ra one. That was an honest call. That was OPI at its best. He pushed off of Jalen Ramsey, turned around to catch the ball. And yes, while he was being tackled, he did basically try to lateral it back, which that's what you're supposed to do in an end of game, try to win it fashion, because he didn't see the flag. He lateraled it back to Goff. Goff dove in like he was Josh Allen. And they called it right. It was called right. Yes,
Yeah.
Goff did score a touchdown, but OPI happened before the ball was lateral. Therefore, it end of game, no score.
And realistically, that pitch should have never been allowed either because forward motion had been more than stopped. He was getting driven. He was already driven 5 yards back before he ever pitched it. So the whistle should have been
That,
blown anyway.
but
But
at the same time, if we're going to gripe about that, they can gripe about the OPI on Darnell Washington that would have gave DK Metcalf another touchdown. Yep, there was a non. Yeah, there was 100%. He grabbed the guy's arm.
yeah. But
Look,
anyways, I got a
I
boogie,
can't
boys.
talk. I can't tell you about Aaron Rodgers because I don't know what he's doing.
But they're all right, Big
Nobody
Rich.
can.
Give yourself a shout out before you bounce.
Hit me up on Twitter, Big Rich 8371 on Twitter X, whatever we're calling it this week. Facebook, just my name, Rich Richardson. Adam and I Wednesday nights, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We do Steel City Sports Talk. We get into all the Pittsburgh sports. Talk a lot of Steelers and Pirates, but we also get into Penguins every now and then. Then we get off the rails a lot of times too. So Tuesday nights, Jeremy, we do open mic night with Driving to the Top, and we have a great time with that.
Add me
Again,
back
I
in next
appreciate
week.
it. I
Add me back
appreciate
in
the
next week.
invite, and we'll holler at you guys later on. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, Rich, take it easy, buddy.
Yep. Thank you, Rich,
All right,
for
man.
being
See you
here.
later.
We appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate it, Jeremy. Thanks.
Yep. Now, let's get it here.
And there were two.
At least now we can get it to where it's just like this. There.
I like how you put all the squares where you can still read all the comments. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I love it. That way I can address the chat, and if I can't read it on my screen, I put it up on the screen. That way I can at least read. I like interacting with my fans. You know that. That's the way I've always done it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like phone calls. Keeps the show going.
Amen. But let's get into
you star all yours though, and that's what I was like. Why are we starring stuff?
I star them so I can keep count as how many comments I get per show. I do it on purpose.
I
What do I
know.
think the
And that way you know
chances are we
you, that
get
way
the
you know you
Ravens
clicked
Center?
on them too.
Yep. The chance we get the Ravens center really depends on if he resigns with Baltimore in the offseason. What will be the Super Bowl matchup?
I'm not talking about that yet because everyone's not in and the seeds ain't right yet.
The only thing where it's basically set is everything but the NFC South and who's the 1 and the 5 on the NFC side.
We just don't know who the 4 seed is on the east side.
We don't know who the 4 seed is on the East because that's the battle on Sunday night. And I understand why the NFL put it on Sunday night, but it shouldn't have been. It should have been the Saturday night game, in my opinion, because it's for the 4th seed.
So was the other game. So was the other game on Saturday night.
No, Saturday night.
I'm sorry. They put the 1 seed as the number 1
Yeah.
as the Saturday game.
The Super Bowl is in San Francisco.
And that's who's fighting for the number 1 seed, Nick.
And Michael Ditton Edwards says the way you integrate comments and the interaction brings a heat to the show. As good as you are and as fun as the panel is, everyone wants to see their thoughts recognized, even the bad thoughts like mine. LOL. Great job.
There's no dumb questions.
Yep. I think I'm going to say I think the
D'Amico
Seahawks
Ryan
get
versus
back.
Kyle Shanahan. That would be really good. The coaching.
Hey, you know what's
versus
funny?
coaching.
The Houston Texans would win their first Super Bowl then, because Kyle Shanahan hasn't been able to coach a team to win a Super Bowl 3 times already.
And let's not forget about the blown lead with Atlanta.
That was the first one, and then there was 2 with San Francisco. That's why I said 3. Because what did he decide to do in that second half? Oh, I have a 25-point lead. Let's go pass, and not run the ball at all. And guess what he did?
Yeah.
In both Super Bowls, he had the lead. Pass. Let's not run the ball. And one of those times he had Christian McCaffrey. I don't have the Eagles getting there either.
are the Eagles gonna turn it up? Like now that are
Um,
they just playing with us or I don't know. I don't understand this Eagles team. It's been so up and down.
yeah, the offense for the Eagles this year has been more inconsistent than a senior wearing Depends.
And it's bad.
Um, I'm just saying, yes, sir. I'll see you tomorrow
I'm
at
not
noon when we go
bashing
live.
Cal Shanahan. Those are just facts. There's no bashing on Cal Shanahan. I like Cal Shanahan.
I love what he does in the regular season. I love how
When
he coaches. I love how he calls the plays until he gets to that big game.
I will never bash Cal Shanahan. I have a Niners hat somewhere behind me.
Hey, you know what?
Like the Niners
You
are my
ask,
West
ask
Coast
Adam how he
team.
feels about Tomlin. He'll tell you, Dakota. I'm just being honest. We're just giving our honest opinions. We're entitled to our opinions.
Look, they're the 1-5 team is about to pass us and go into the playoffs. I mean, it's up to John Harbaugh. If he remembers that Derrick Henry can run the ball, great. They're gonna win. If John Harbaugh does what he does against the Steelers every time and forgets that Derrick Henry can run the ball, then there's a chance we might win. But I don't know. They try to play to different levels on this game instead of just playing their own game, and I don't understand it.
The biggest thing is look at last season, look at this season. The Vikings and the Lions both shit the bed this year. Both of them.
I understand the Vikings. I did not understand the Lions. I'll be honest with you, Jeremy. I did not understand it.
The offensive line. It's been more up and down than a mattress actress.
Like that was just awkward to me. I mean, I had Detroit winning the division.
So did I, and I admit I was wrong. But
I admit I was wrong.
I did say the Bears would probably win at least 10 games this year. I have said that before the season started. I love my Steelers, but they aren't a dominant football team. They are too inconsistent. The last time Tomlin won anything was a Super Bowl with Ben Roethlisberger.
That was a hell of a catch in the end zone by Santonio, though.
It is what it is. You know what? You can say what you want. Steelers have more Super Bowls than everybody but the Patriots, right?
No, we have more Tom Brady has more Super Bowls than the Steelers.
Patriots and Steelers both have 6.
I don't know why the Patriots are above us, but whatever. Maybe because they won recently.
That's because they won the most recent one. I think on the AFC side, there's 3 teams that have a legit shot at making the Super Bowl right now because of how their defense plays and how their offense has stayed pretty consistent except for one. The Patriots offense has been more consistent. The Denver defense has been more consistent. And the Jaguars, for some reason, have been consistent on both sides of the ball. I think those are your 3 teams that have the best shot to make the Super Bowl out of the AFC. On the NFC side, if the Rams can get out of their funk, they have a shot. If not, they're going to get a first-round bounce again.
And they're either going to play. Well, I mean, like I said, we don't know who they're going to play.
And if they have to go to Carolina again.
Is that where they play? Are they the 5 seed automatically? Or does Seattle drop?
Oh, wait, no, they're the 6. It'd be the 3rd seed. So it'll either be the Bears or Philly. Patriots rebuild was faster than the Steelers because they got the quarterback right faster.
They got the coach right.
If the Bears get the 2 seed, then the Packers are playing the Bears in the playoffs. If the Bears fall to the 3 seed, they'll play the Rams because they're the 6 seed, correct? Yes.
No, because if Seattle loses, they drop.
But they have the tiebreak over the Rams. They go to the 5th seed. It's for the 1 and the 5th seed. Both the 49ers and the Seahawks, they have the tiebreak over the Rams.
Gotcha.
And
It's
he
gonna be
said correct.
interesting.
So if Philly wins, they will, and let's say for god awful, for somehow the Lions end up winning in week 18. Because number one, Luther Burden got hurt at the end of that game versus San Francisco. So that's another weapon. That flu is running through their locker room as bad as it is the Lions right now.
Yeah, well, Tomlin's a good motivator when they're playing good teams. That's about it.
Rams played their best football in the first half of the season. Yep, Packers have Bears or Eagles because they're the 7th seed. That's exactly what I said. And it all comes down to this weekend. If the Bears lose, if Philly win, your 1 seed will be decided Saturday night. So the 1 seed's either going to be San Francisco or Seattle. I'm not going to say who it is because we don't know. I think they're the 2 most consistent teams in the NFC right now, and the proof is their record. Then you got either the Bears or Eagles. It's all going to come down to week 18 on them to decide who's 2 and 3. If Carolina wins, they're automatically winning the division because they'll have a 2-game lead over them, and if the Falcons win, they're behind. If the Falcons win and Tampa Bay wins, Carolina still wins the division. If the Saints win and Tampa loses, they are what they are. They're going to be 3rd or 4th at best. Correct? Is that not how it breaks down?
I think so. I think we covered it pretty much head to toe.
So let's get into the fun part. Because you didn't get to do this last night. Nope, not that one.
What is it?
The schedule this week.
Oh,
4:30 p.m. on Saturday. We got Carolina traveling to Tampa Bay. Who you got winning that game?
I like Tampa.
I actually like Carolina. They're playing more consistent. And Tampa is falling apart.
I like Joyce Horn now on defense for the Panthers. He's kind of like he's a mini little ball hawk.
All right, Saturday night at 8 p.m. on ESPN and ABC, we got the Seahawks taking on the 49ers in.
I'm taking the Niners.
For some reason, I think they're going to win it too. Seattle's got the more consistent defense and have been consistently running the ball well, and they did just give up, 38 points to the Bears, who had a chance to win it at the end of the game. And that zone defense that they played in that red zone was excellent that last play.
I don't know why they didn't kick a field goal and just tie it.
They could have. I know. No, they were down by 4.
I thought the final was 35-32.
Ooh, it was 42-38.
Oh, it was 4. My bad.
Yep.
Okay, now I know.
All right, 1 p.m. We got Green Bay taking on Minnesota in Minnesota with Clayton Tune as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
I'm
versus JJ.
I'm taking Trevon Diggs.
All right. The guy that has a 156.3 QBR against this year. Great.
Is Brosmer starting?
No, JJ is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Brosmer's not starting.
So watch out for a guy named Josh Naylor. Them two are a high duo combo.
Yep. Browns at Bungles.
Oh my God! Battle of Ohio. I'm gonna take Joe Burrow, but I'm saying Myles Garrett does get the sack.
Yep, I think he gets 2 sacks this game to just establish dominance there at that position. Colts at Houston.
Aaron Rodgers was scared shitless of him in that game.
Yeah. Colts at Houston.
I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah, Riley
Even
Leonard.
though it looks like CJ's. Even D'Amico Ryan is playing all his starters, so just to throw that out there.
Right, because they're trying to win that division but the Titans play Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville wins by default. I hate Green Bay and hope for the Lions to win and knock Vikings back to last. Hopefully nobody overcooks Diggs Dino Nuggies. Dino Nuggies. That's funny. Oh, all right. We got the Saints at it's the 1-star rating system at the Giants.
I'm taking the boys.
I did too.
I think this is going to be I think this is going to be a high scoring affair, though.
I went against you on the first one, and I don't know, Saints at Falcons.
I'm taking the Saints.
So am I. I love Tyler Shook right now. He's playing great. I think that's the way it's going to end up going.
Even though Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts is becoming a one-man show.
Yeah, it is 100. Behind. Titans at Jaguars. Are you picking the Titans?
I'm taking the Titans.
Are you? Is that just because you wanted?
Sorry if B girl's still watching. Sorry, I cannot root for the Jaguars. It's not in my blood.
I'm going Jaguars. I'm sorry. The Chargers decided to sit Herbert in multiple starters versus the Broncos because they can't catch him to save it for the playoffs. So the Broncos are winning this one on default.
I think we got to go Broncos, right?
Yeah. Like I said, they're sitting starters for San Diego. No Herbert, no Hampton, no Mac, no Derwin.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Chiefs at Raiders. I did a Freudian slip when I was talking last week because we were out.
Travis Kelce's final game, huh?
Yep, Travis Kelce's final game versus what is probably Geno Smith and Pete Carroll's final game.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, they got that third string quarterback, Aladakun. You know what I called him on my show accidentally when I read it wrong?
I don't even know his name. What's his name?
Aladakun. Oladukun. Well, I read an M on the end, so guess how it came out?
Oh boy! Did you catch any slack?
None. They went through.
Well,
It
that's
was
good.
great. And you know my fans, you know how they are. Washington at the Eagles.
I'm taking Eagles.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles as well. Ooh,
Nick's taking the Raiders.
taking the Raiders. All right. Jets at Bills. I'm taking the Bills by default, whether Josh Allen plays or not.
Final home game in Highmark Stadium of regular season. Possibly never another home game again, huh?
Possibly. Yeah, because they can't win the division.
No, the Patriots did.
Kelsey
taking the
did not
Patriots.
announce he's retiring, but it's a foregone conclusion. Let's put it that way, that he's retiring after this year. He's going to focus on getting pegged by Swift.
I thought he announced it already.
That's funny, and you know it. You heard what I just said.
I'm taking the Bills.
All right. The overly aggressive aquatic sea mammals travel to face the Patriots in New England.
I'm taking Quinn Ewers in an upset special.
I think the Patriots walk the floor on them. Cardinals at Rams. The Rams should win on accident.
Yeah. Are they sitting Puka? Or are they playing? Were they resting players or no?
Yeah, they are. But I still think they're a better team overall, top to bottom, even with resting players, than the Cardinals are. The best player they got is Trey McBride, and then there's everybody else. Lions at Bears.
I can't stand Caleb Williams. Go Lions.
Hey, man, I love you, brother.
I don't
Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
If Derrick Henry runs like crazy, I'm taking Baltimore.
I'm in the same boat. I actually picked Baltimore on my pick 'em show.
I don't care what Rich says. You can try to contain him all you want, but if he gets loose, there's no one containing him.
I want to say thanks to the 205 people watching out there. This has been a blast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the comments. 98 comments in an hour. That's amazing.
It's fucking awesome.
That's why I star them, because it keeps the counter.
Right?
That way
I
I know
thank
how many
everyone in the
times.
comments section as well.
We appreciate you. They've been from everywhere, from your Twitter, from Big Rich's, from Rob's, Viking Rob. His Twitter is nuts. 195 people watching us from his Twitter. Big thanks to Vikings Rob for letting me use his Twitter channel. And my dad may be a Steelers fan, but I'm not an Aaron fan, so I say Ravens. Prayers up for Nick's dad. He has to go in to have a pacemaker put in at the hospital tomorrow. I hope
Oh, good
it all
luck,
goes
buddy.
well.
Prayers.
I pray for confidence of the doctors and a speedy recovery so he can get home. I think it's great that my fans, when they add me on my page, they add me as a friend on Facebook, and we message back and forth all week long, and it's great.
I
I
have
wanna thank-
I have trouble with that because I'm in that truck with a camera watching me 24 hours a day.
Oh yeah, but you can't message at that point.
So it's hard for me to interact with
No,
people during the day,
no.
obviously.
You send me a text either when you're stopped or when you're home. You don't do anything when you're driving, and I know that.
Yeah, that camera's on me, so I try to be a good Samaritan about things. Like the hardest part though doing this job is hiding shit because like these people order these like envelopes, these real light stuff, like, and they don't have anywhere on their porch to put them. And you know, lately the wind's been absolutely out of control.
And that's why I on my porch I left a snow shovel next to my door. That way, if they can put it behind the snow shovel.
Yeah, I try to hide stuff the best I can, and in my picture, whenever I take it, I try to like show them where it's at. You know, some people also get the crates that say "leave shit in here." I like those ones.
Nick Burton says, "Thanks, I enjoy talking to you every day as well." Jeremy keeps me from getting bored. Amen, brother.
You are motivating someone already, Jeremy. That's awesome. From
I
not
love
being
it.
bored.
I'm gonna say as I close my show every time, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to my guests, Big Rich and Adam Sports Talking It on Twitter. Follow him. And
You know, Jeremy, you got up saying like, what's her name? Katie Nolan. Love you, mean it. I don't know if you. I know that show's on whenever you're on. It's called Fanscape or Fan something. It's on Sirius Radio.
Fantasy Fanscape is what it is. I know what you're talking about. What's weird is I started this saying 4 years ago, and it just was something I added at the end of my show. I just
like
thought I want people to inspire others. I want people to be a better person than they were the day before, because it is the only way that we will make the world a better place.
Jesus, Nick, man, prayers, buddy, prayers, man. I hope everything turns out all right.
Your dad, your niece.
Same with Viking Rob, man.
Yeah, Viking Rob. I hope everything is well. Thank you again for letting me go live into your Vikings channel. It helps my viewership. It helps your numbers as well. And I know this. Everybody watching on Twitter, make sure you hit that like button for Rob. It's not liking my show. It's likes for him. I can't stress that enough. I understand that you're watching a Lions show or a NFL-based show from a Lions channel on a Viking channel, and that may seem weird. But we are out of the same network, which is the Huddle Sports Network. It's called supporting each other.
And it's not rivalry week.
No.
Oh, yes, it is.
War week was
Lions.
last week for me.
Right. And, you know, that's the only time you're allowed to be like talking a lot of smack on rivalry week.
If we have the same record, so I can't talk smack. We're both equally bad.
Right. But during rivalry week, that's a whole different. All
bets are off. All bets are off.
Yeah,
Thank God
exactly.
I'll say this. Thank God his daughter didn't have this accident last week, because I'd have felt bad.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that, because you know the only time you get to be a total jerk is to your rival fan base on War Week.
Yeah. So, but every time I hear that Katie Nolan saying, I think of you. Whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh wait, that's like Jeremy saying. Just saying.
And this is who I think wins like versus the Steelers. Go Ravens fly. I know you hate me right now, but it was funny.
I don't hate you. What did I just say?
Is that a Lamar Jackson jersey back there? Or is that a
Right
Jared
there?
Goff? Yeah.
No, it's Desmond Reed for the Pitt Panthers.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, from here it's either Lamar or Jared Bird.
I tried to borrow my nephew's jersey for the show because he's got a Lamar Jackson jersey at his house.
Oh, that'd have been
But
funny.
he's 13. He's 12. He's allowed. He's a kid.
Amen. Yeah. Hey, kids, parents, please don't force your kids to be fans of the team that you follow. Let them be fans of who they want. Let them be fans of players of other teams. Because you know what? A good role model sports person can make or break a child's psyche.
I've created two monsters, my nephew and my son, at collecting jerseys.
Well, we're going to get out of here for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And have a blessed evening and Happy New Year.
Happy
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lyons, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rocket tribe. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking out the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy Beelan, every day at 11. Yelling one beat right like we're in rock heaven.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.